Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Hero.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of the RoboCop movie, the reboot, the 2014 version,
Right, yep.
not the 1987 version.
Paul Verhoeven.
Not Paul Verhoeven. That one's a classic. I really like that movie. This one's directed by Jose Padilla.
Yeah, I don't know the butcher's name. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, starring Joel Kinnaman, who I really like from The Killing. What did you think of the movie?
I liked it. If you it's hard not to because of the name. It is RoboCop, so you can't really distance yourself from the classic film. But this was fun. I mean, I like this better than the G.I. Joe movies. I thought it was more straightforward. It was kind of just your basic action movie. I mean, like if you were sitting at home watching TNT or something at like 9 o'clock at night and this was on, you could just have popcorn and just watch it. Like it's nothing special or unique necessarily about it, but I really liked it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the leading actor. I thought he brought way more emotion and a more relatability to the character than the original RoboCop ever did.
Have you watched The Killing yet?
I have not seen The Killing. So this is my first experience with this actor, and I'm like, this guy is holding together the whole movie. I'm like, he's good. Like I could watch, I would see a sequel with him in it. I liked him, even though the movie's not necessarily anything special. I liked him.
You should watch The Killing. He's really good, and he's like the co-lead in it. And yeah, for me the movie was okay. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. There's parts that I liked, parts that. And I didn't hate the movie, you know? Like, I came in with lower expectations. Sure. I'm not one of those fanboys that are like, my God, they're touching RoboCop. It's a classic. You shouldn't touch it type of stuff. Which I think a lot of the hate that's coming for this movie is like, because it's a totally different movie than the 87 version. That was a satirical look. Right, yeah. You know, it was a lot of humor, a lot of like over-the-top stuff. This one is it's an action movie, basically. It's an action sci-fi movie that tries to put a little heart in it, tries to put a little social and political commentary in there, but doesn't exactly execute everything, you know. Yeah,
it's one of those movies that even though the cast is impressive, you know, with Gary Oldman and, what's his name?
Michael Keaton.
Ely from Watchmen, how do you say his name?
Jackie Earle Haley.
Jackie Earle Haley from Watchmen and...
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, he's good. Michael Keaton was, I thought, fine, but... They all kind of felt like they're all kind of dialing in their performances, except for the lead. I thought you could tell that he believed in the film. I really thought that when I was watching, like, this guy like wants this to be good. I mean, the material isn't enough for him to work with, I don't think. I'm assuming The Killing has much better material being on AMC. But I could tell that of all the actors, I thought he was really trying the hardest to make it a good film. I thought, like I said, he made the movie for me. If he wasn't in it, I don't know if I would have liked it at all. But I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I actually liked. For me, it was the first half I enjoyed, and I enjoyed what they were setting up with it. And then it kind of fell a little apart for me in the second half because then it turned into the standard action movie with everyone's corrupt and everyone's a villain and that type of stuff. Where I thought, like, for me, the best scene was between Gary Oldman, who played the Doctor, Dr. Norton, and Joel Kinnaman, who was playing Alex Murphy / RoboCop, in the scene where Alex Murphy, I don't want to spoil it, but Alex Murphy sees who he is now.
Yeah, he's not just like, blah, 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 you know what I mean? He's way more emotion going on, yeah.
So that scene between him and Gary, because you could see that Gary Oldman his character was empathetic towards, towards him. It wasn't just, Alex Murphy wasn't just like a test subject to him.
Right, no. Gary Oldman kind of plays the doctor who is ambitious, but yet he's a good guy, like he means well, but he's caught up in this big corporate world. But like, this isn't a spoiler, but like you see him in the very beginning, like, helping this guy with artificial hands learn how to play the guitar, which is really, or remember how to play it, which is a really cool scene. But then he gets, thrown in the RoboCop program and, he's got to answer to Michael Keaton. He kind of plays like a corrupt Steve Jobs, he's kind of hip and slick, but he's I don't know, he's kind of reminded me of Steve Jobs a little bit.
I think they would have done better if they played Michael Keaton not up as like a villain, and more just a businessman, and that he just wants, he's like obsessed with having all his technology in all across America versus the mustache twirling villain type of thing.
Right, and then I mean you also have Abby Cornish, who's as the wife, who's always. She's solid. I never quite by her, but I mean, I think she did a good job. I think again, the material isn't great.
They didn't really,
you know, she didn't really have. It's not much for her to do except be like the crying, like "Where's my husband? Where's my husband?" I mean, that's all she can really. It's not her fault.
I thought they were gonna have more of that because that's what I heard. I heard, oh yeah, this one has more heart and it's more about his family, and yeah, they have them, but they're not really there. They're like kind of part of the story, but they mention them a lot, but they're actually not, you know. Present.
And I feel like this is a movie that, like, the cast is there. You have all the pieces are there. It's just the plot, you know, like I said, it kind of jumped. Samuel L. Jackson, he's funny, but I felt like, he's probably in some studio in L.A. I guarantee he's not even on set. He was never a day on set. He's probably in L.A. playing golf, like, a couple hours a day, going in, doing some lines and going home. Like, he didn't need to be in the movie.
He probably did that in a day or two on like a green screen
exactly.
set.
He didn't need to be in. I mean, he's funny. I like Samuel Jackson, but it's just...
Well, that's where it's weird because the tone, because obviously the first RoboCop is a satire, so there's a lot of humorous elements to it.
And it was almost very prophetic. Because looking at Detroit, I mean, look at Detroit now. Detroit, I mean, it was in free fall then, but I mean, Detroit is still struggling. I mean, that was like a movie looking at that too. Now it's like they almost kind of went away from all that stuff with Detroit. And
yeah, well, I mean, they also have over-the-top violence in the first one that was rated R. This is PG-13.
Gotta make that money. Gotta make that money.
But it's weird because this one has different tones in it. It does have funny elements in it, and they try to put a little satire in it from time. That's where Sam Jackson's character comes from, and they sprinkle elements, but it's not a full-on satire like RoboCop is. And this one, they do the action thing, they try to do the sci-fi thing, try to do the drama thing.
It's very safe.
Yeah, and so it doesn't fully gel together.
I mean, I like the production design, I like the suit. I love his bike. The bike he was driving around, the bike was cool.
I wish they had kept him silver the whole time.
Yeah,
I didn't really care for the black suit. You lose a lot of detail in the black suit. In the silver one, you see the parts connecting. When it's all black, it just ends up looking like just mush. You know?
Right. And this may be the last movie we see of this because I mean with Lego Movie doing so well this week, I don't know how RoboCop's going to do. We'll see how it does. Hopefully it does well. I mean, I like the lead. I like the cast, but I just think it needs to be given something a little bit better, a little better material.
Okay. What are your overall thoughts and grade?
I give it a B. I give it a B. I think it's if you can take away the title from which it comes from and just like watch this like just a kind of a solid action flick, I think it's a B. It's a good action movie.
Okay. I'm giving it a B-. I mean, there's some stuff there, but ultimately it's not a must-see. It's not like Lego Movie, where you have to go see it. It definitely was probably be a solid rental.
Yeah, a good rental. I would recommend renting.
Solid rental. You don't have to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Though, if you are interested, seeing it on the big screen with the action and the sound, that may be something you can't get at home. But I wouldn't say that you have to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in IMAX, and it's just huge, sound. But yeah, it's not. You don't have to rush to the theaters to go see it. Go see the Lego Movie instead.
All right, guys. So that's what we thought of RoboCop, the rebooted version. You can post your comments below on the website thinkhero.com or on YouTube ThinkHero Pro. Make sure to subscribe to that.
Or come check us out on Twitter. Come chat with us, Dennis and I. Let us know what you thought of RoboCop, or if you're thinking about going to see it, or if you even saw the original. Some people are younger out there, so if you've even seen the original, that's at ThinkHero. I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. And make sure you like that page and share our videos on social media.